Alright, let's talk Iron-Blooded. We're about to drop into a super brutal fantasy world that runs on a very specific set of rules. You know, the kind you'd usually find in a video game.
So, let's just jump right in. The story kicks off on a battlefield just littered with the dead and dying. And right there, in the middle of all that chaos, is our main guy, a total rookie recruit who has just pulled off something that should be flat out impossible. And that's the new nickname his commanding officer, Corporal Gillard, just gave him. His vision's literally going gray from exhaustion, but he hears it. He's just earned the title that's going to stick with him forever. So, what did he do to deserve it?
Well, here's why. Just look at this matchup. On one side, you've got Will, a level 12 rookie soldier. On the other, a level 30 armored rock troll. I mean, that's not just a tough fight. In this world, that should be an instant death sentence, no questions asked.
So the big question is, how in the world did he survive that, let alone win? To get the answer, we've got to hit rewind. We need to go back and understand the fundamental rules of his universe, because they're a little different.
See, to really get a handle on Will's crazy accomplishment, you have to know that he's basically living inside a LitRPG. It's a world that has a system, with a capital S. We're talking levels, stats, quests, all of it is just as real to him as the ground beneath his feet.
So what does that actually mean? Well, for characters in a LitRPG, they literally see things like pop-up windows, character sheets, and quest alerts. Every single monster they kill gives them experience points, and every time they level up, they get stronger. It's not just about being a good fighter. It's about grinding out those stats and learning how to play the game.
And this is Will's starting point. He shows up to join the Kadian Standing Army as a level 10 soldier. But just look at those stats. Everything is a 5. It's so frustratingly low. He's a total nobody, no rank, just the most basic abilities you can imagine. The one thing he does have, though, is a whole lot of ambition.
And this line from him, it really says it all. He's not in it for the glory or the money. He's there for one reason, to get stronger, to level up. He's there for the grind, because he wants to be powerful enough to fight the real monsters.
Of course, he doesn't get into some elite squad. Oh no. Instead, he gets dumped into the 3rd auxiliary. They're basically the forgotten, underfunded, completely disrespected laughingstock of the entire army, the bottom of the barrel.
But you know what? It's here that he finds his people. You've got Corporal Giller, the toughest nails boss who actually gives a damn. Then there's Kato, the charismatic guy who's always got a sharp comeback. Draxus, the silent giant with a pretty mysterious past. And Vera, the cook who keeps them all from starving. Yeah, they're a total ragtag bunch, but they quickly become his crew.
And Kato really nails it with this line. The 3rd gets all the leftovers. No money, no decent gear, and a bunch of rookies who barely know which end of the sword to hold. They are basically set up to fail from the get-go, which honestly just makes it all the sweeter when they pull off a win.
And yeah, they don't exactly get a warm-up mission. Nope. Almost right away, Will and the rest of the 3rd are tossed into a battle that is way more dangerous than anybody saw coming. This is not your garden variety goblin raid.
Something is just off about these goblins. They have this sickly pale skin, they're wearing dark iron armor, and they crawl around on all 4s like spiders. And the most terrifying part, they use tactics. They work together. Goblins are supposed to be just a chaotic mess, right? But these guys are smart, which hints that something, or someone, much more sinister is pulling the strings.
So just as they start to think, okay, maybe we've got this, the entire battlefield starts to shake. It's this deep, booming tremor that you feel right in your chest. The real boss has just entered the arena.
And yep, there it is, the level 30 armored rock troll. This brings us full circle, right back to where we started. This thing is a massive, armored monster that even elite knights would struggle with. So how is a squad of under-equipped country bumpkins supposed to stand a chance?
The answer? They survive because of Will. In the middle of all that chaos, some soldiers manage to get grappling hooks on the troll and pull it down to one knee. And in that split second, Will sees his chance. He doesn't hesitate. He just leaps onto its leg, ignoring the awful smell and the danger, and just starts stabbing the soft, vulnerable spot behind its knee. He cripples the beast, and that gives everyone else the opening they need to finish it off. It was pure guts, and frankly, a gamer's instinct for finding the weak spot.
Now, an act of bravery like that, it does not go unnoticed. It gets Will and the whole 3rd Auxiliary noticed by a really powerful noble, a guy named Lord Blackthorn. He sees what they can do and decides to give them a secret mission. And believe me,
The stakes are about to get a whole lot higher.
Their journey gets real complicated real fast. Suddenly, it's not just about monsters. First, they find this absolutely horrifying scene. A bunch of bodies, including a child's, hanged by the religious zealots of the Inquisition. Then, they get ambushed by a massive, level 28 spider and its whole brood. And to top it all off, Will has to basically put his own neck on the line and provoke a powerful count, making a huge gamble that the count's son will intervene and help them out.
And somewhere along the way, this weird, mysterious quest counter pops up in Will's vision. It just says 9 out of 10. He has no clue what it's for, but you just know the system is building up to something huge.
And then, as if that wasn't mysterious enough, he gets this message: prerequisites almost met. I mean, prerequisites for what? A new class? Some awesome new skill? Or something much, much bigger? The mystery just keeps getting deeper, making it feel like Will's on a path that was designed for him.
So, they did it. They got the reinforcements from the Count's son, and they start heading back to the main army camp to meet up with Lord Blackthorn. But as they get closer, there's just this eerie, unnatural silence.
One of the scouts they sent ahead comes riding back, and his face is just ghost white. He's clearly seen something awful, and the report he gives just doesn't make any sense. They won the battle, right? The camp should be full of soldiers celebrating, but it's not.
He tells them the camp, it's been abandoned. The entire war camp. There are signs of a huge fight. Smashed weapons, burnt-out tents, bodies all over the place, but the army, the thousands and thousands of soldiers, they're just gone. Vanished. No survivors, not a single person left to explain what happened.
And that is where the story leaves us hanging. What kind of force is powerful enough to make an entire army disappear off the face of the earth? What new terrifying enemy has just stepped out of the shadows? And maybe the biggest question of all, what is one rookie troll slayer supposed to do now?